Hey, hello and welcome to my channel and to my first video on YouTube. My name is Michael Thompson and I will try to upload different sort of videos related to management, project management, to lean manufacturing. Some of them will be related to economics and so on. Well, our first video is going to be about Arena Rockwell simulation software. The simulation project we have here now. Well, I'm not able to run it now because I don't have files, the correct files, but well, you may have an insight of how developed can this be. And obviously this is not one of the best projects I have done, but yeah, it's one of the most complicated ones because it requires a lot of, you know, if conditions. It has to read many things from some files. So well, in the end, this program will give us the amount of orders a machine can do in a shift, in a concrete shift of 8 hours. So let's start a new project now. What you have to learn first is that Arena Rockwell works with different statistical distributions. So in the end, everything will be really close to different statistics. The first thing I like to do is to put the date. Yeah, I know, sorry, the time. I know this is not super necessary, but well, you know, it does help a lot. It does help a fucking lot. So, yeah. Oh, sorry. Mm, yeah. So that's the thing. Now we do know when our simulation is starting. So then let me explain you certain things of here. Let's just move here in the basic processes in which we have different elements, different items. The most basic ones are create, dispose, process, decide, and well, batch and separate are also nice to use, not assign and record, not for today at least. Then we have to understand what an entity is. Let's suppose we are going to, yeah, we are going to simulate a really simple process in which we create something. Then imagine we have like two machines here, and then in the end we have a dispose. Yeah, this is the simplest way, yeah, of simulating something in Arena Rockwell. Then, well, here you have like a Excel table in which every time you click on any of the items here, you will see what are you talking about. For example, here we have two processes. So if we go to process here, yeah, sorry, yeah, we have the name of the processes, the type of them, which action are they doing, and well, all of this is related to the times and so on. So in my case, let's suppose that process one is using normal distribution. I like normal distributions, but well, in real life, they may not be the most used ones, at least in machines. So far, in the company I've been working for, uh, the most used distribution is not a normal one, but the triangular one. The difference is that in a triangular one, you know what's the minimum time and what's the maximum time, and also, yeah, the, let me say, the value, the average value of it. But the distribution is quite different. It's quite different. It's more used when you don't have a lot of data relating to a process, because, for example, for a normal one, you need to take many times so that you can have a real accurate standard deviation, like here. So to get a really good date of here, you would use many well, you need more data than for a triangular distribution. So that's why, let's suppose that we are the bosses, we have all the data that we want, we are sure that the process one that is about stamping, it has a delay type of normal, as I've been saying. And let's talk more about minutes. It's more easy to make things with minutes than with hours. At least processes are not related to minutes, sorry, to hours, but to minutes. It's hard to find so that long processes. And let's suppose that the average value is about 53 minutes and a standard deviation of 10 minutes. Yeah. So we have something, this entity, that something is an entity. We have not created this one yet. We will create it now. But the stamping takes about 53 minutes per entity with a standard deviation of 10. This means that, well, you will never have, or it's really, really hard to have, like 53 minutes each time entity is getting into the stamping process. Every time will be different, and well, yeah, we can report the statistics or not, depending on what you want. This time we are going to sorry. So the stamping process, and then let's suppose that we have the painting process. It's again a standard process. It can be also submodel. We will talk about submodels later on with more complex projects. Then we have a delay, and once again, it's a normal distribution. Once again, we are going to put minutes, and this process is, let's suppose that is faster. I don't know why, but yeah, it's faster, but it also have a higher standard deviation. Check that you will never be able to have a higher standard deviation than the original value. Yep, not at least in this sort of processes. I know that, for example, you may find, and it was a real case for me, that you may find a machine that has a standard average of 7 minutes, an average of 7 minutes, but a standard deviation of 10 minutes, which, well, obviously you will never have a minus a negative time. That's not possible, and obviously you will not have a zero value for that process, but well, it makes sense to talk about certain range of values. So let's go down to here again. And then what we were saying is, well, we are creating an entity. Just this entity is, I don't know, it's just still, yeah, is coming a random. Yeah, we can say that it's this entity, these orders are coming in a random distribution, but no, they are coming in a scheduled distribution. We are having one entity per arrival, and we will have infinite arrivals. So now, if we go schedule the time units, hours, now, yeah, if we click on durations, we will open this small screen. Here, what we are seeing is, for our first day, yeah, the day is starting, well, not, sorry. Here we see that the day is starting at 0 and it's finishing at 0, but our day is starting not at 0, yeah, not at 12 o'clock in the night, it's starting at 6 o'clock. So I don't remember where was this. Yeah, let me check. Start date, no. 8 hours per day. So options, I can't remember how was this exactly, but well, it's probably this will start at 6 o'clock. I don't know. Let's check it now. So we are saying, how are the still others coming? In this case, let's suppose something like this. Yeah. And now, if you double click this icon here, and in case you cannot see this icon, check in view. Yeah, you probably have all this here. And let's, yeah. So, and here, check that here you have small numbers. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Here you have like small numbers below each process and each thing that you may use to know what are the working process amounts. Yeah, sorry about my English because it's not perfect and it's far from being perfect. So now we have this, and well, if we yes, oh sorry, yeah, exactly. Let's start from the beginning. Let's put this closer. We have this, yeah, exactly. So let's start our day. It's 10 past 6. Nothing has changed. Well, now 10 past 6, we have an arrival at. Remember that this process. I think you can see. Yeah, the stamping was about 53 minutes, and standard deviation of 10 minutes, and 10 minutes later we have the stamping there. Let's go one step further. We have another entry, so it's 6:23 in the morning. We have already 3 entities in our system. Now we have 2 stampings here, so one probably will. Yeah, exactly. We are making a mistake. We are assuming that the stamping process may have more than one still order at the same time. So let's get rid of this. What's the way of doing this? Well, it's not that simple. Now this is becoming a bit more complicated. How can we do this? Yeah, the best way of doing this is to, let me check how long have we been talking. Yeah, we don't have that much time, otherwise the video is gonna be super long. Well, let's do it. The first thing you have to do is to create, well, I don't know if it's totally necessary, but we will do it the way I know the best. You have to create a hold. Yeah, this means I want my system to hold the orders until the stamping process and the painting process have been finished. Otherwise, my system will crash. For this, you may have to template panel, attach, and select a batches process, which you have here. Well, but before you hold something, yeah, obviously, yeah, you have to hold the things here. There's a queue that's maybe super long. Okay, so now what we need is to say, hey, when my system is occupied and when my system is empty or is idle. The best way of doing this is using an async process. An async process will say that, hey, my variable name, my variable value when this goes through here is, I don't know, 1 or is 0. But when my process has finished with a piece, I need to make it free now. Yeah. So let me see. Yeah, exactly. So now this, oh sorry, this may look like this. This async is gonna be system guide. Oh yeah, and it's asking for, hey, but what do I have to assign? Let's add the assignment is gonna be through variable, and the variable is gonna be named as system free. The new value is gonna be 1. Yeah. Okay. And here system free, and the variable called system free, the new value is going to be 0. Okay, so how long is this going to wait for? Until the variable system free is 0. Wait for signal or scan for condition. Oh, I can't remember what was the difference between those. Wait for value 0. Yeah. And obviously now we have to assign that the starting variable value, the initial value, is 0. Check that here the initial value is set as 0 rows. It's not taking this 0.0 as valid name, so let's put just 0, and yeah, we have 1 there. So now let's go one step further. We have 1, we are holding 1, and obviously, well, check that all the orders are getting stuck here, and no one is going through the stamping and the painting. So what do we have to do now? I think the no. Let's check if Q-type. No, this, I think something is wrong here. It's to 0. Scan for condition. Yeah, that's the condition. Let me condition is equals to 0. So yeah, that's it. As before, at 10 past 6, we create another, and as my system is empty, yeah, now it goes through, and I have 1 here. Now another order has entered to the whole module, and now it's getting in the queue here. I have another one that is stuck here. Check. Be aware that this number says the amount of orders that have been created until now. That's why it's 3. Even if you have 2 here and 1 here, that makes 3. Let's go. Now we have 4, 3 here, 1 here. It's important to have the time, because sometimes it may check. For example, I think the time has not changed, but we have another entry here that will go through here. So now it's entered through the painting. Yeah, and now the painting has finished. So this will, yeah, it's been finished. That's why here we have 3, and 1 is here, and 1 is here. That makes 5. Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry, because, well, Arena Rockwell has, if you are using the training and evaluation mode, as I'm doing now, you will have this error. You will get this error that is, hey, you only can use a maximum amount of 150 variables. So I think that's a bit silly. Let's terminate in convenient condition. Uh, it's easier to length. It's always easier if you put 8 hours. Yeah. So after 8 hours, this should be finished. Check that. You can also do. We are doing it like step by step, which is this button here, and we could go check for step by step, but it's much. Yeah, it has reached 8 hours, and let's say, hey, everything has finished. Would you like to see the results? Yeah. Oh my god, dear, the fuck. I don't know why this is looking like this. Yeah, so our system has been able to throw out 5 orders, and we have different average times, value adding times, non-value adding times, waiting times, etc. etc. I'm missing something because it's a 24 or based. Yeah, because I see one and it's not good. And what I'm missing too, oh yeah, the replication speed. 001. This way it's much fun and you don't have to be clicking here. Well, we it was too much to put 001 or 0001. But well, as you can see, that's the speed. And the good thing this have is that you can create different charts to to see what's the average time of the stamping, what's the average time of the painting. Yeah, you can see how is this working. Let's this run a bit faster. Have you realized that during 11 o'clock more or less, the amount of orders that have been entering here, yeah, that was crazy. That's why if we go to this schedule, you will see that here at during the third 4 hour of the replication, you have a peak. The third 4 hour of my replication is between 9 and 10 in the morning. That makes sense. Well, this has been our first video. I hope you enjoy and see you in the next one. Bye bye. Hey, hello and welcome to my channel and to my first video.